The Boston Celtics just beat one of, if not the hottest teams in the NBA in the Milwaukee Bucks, who had won 9 of their last 11 coming into the game last night. And they did it, well, simply the Milwaukee Bucks cannot guard them. Somehow or another, on every single possession, Boston will have a mismatch. And that is the beauty and the genius of this Joe Mazzulla-led Boston Celtics team with 2 elite slashers in Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and then just shooters everywhere around them. They also beat them without Kristaps Porzingis, and Porzingis is one of their most valuable weapons because he is essentially a walking mismatch. When you watch the Boston Celtics play basketball, it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, they got 4 guys that can break it down. This time it's Derek White, who's going to kick it out to Al Horford, and they're just going to swing it around the horn. Tatum's going to end up down here at about the wing, and he's going to have a wide open 3. Now, this is good rotation by the Bucks, right? Brook Lopez is going to close out. Andre Jackson Jr.'s got the next guy, and that's what happens. So Al Horford, as he swings it to Jaylen Brown, or to Drew Holiday, now to Jayson Tatum. This is a good closeout by Taurean Prince. Maybe needs to be a little bit closer with his hands up, but still, it's good rotation. It's a great scramble by Milwaukee, and that's a sign of them as an improving team. But Jayson Tatum's just going to knock it down in his face, and we've talked about it. Tatum off the catch and shoot is really good. So we talked about this, right? It's Boston's ability to create mismatches, and immediately with this early skip hit transition from White to Jaylen Brown all the way across the court. Now Milwaukee can't get matched up, right? They got Dame on Tatum, which is a mismatch in itself. Giannis guarding Horford, that's not what they normally want. They normally want Lopez here to be matched up with Horford, but it's transition. Everybody can't guard the same person every time, and look at this, right? Taurean Prince needs to be over more. But then again, that's the thing about playing Boston, right? Because Drew Holiday can just go down to this corner. He's a 40% three-point shooter. Derek White's the closest thing we've seen to prime Klay Thompson since prime Klay Thompson. And on top of all that, you've got your 7-foot, heavy-footed center trying to guard Jaylen Brown, one of the quickest guys in the league. He's going to give him a nice little shot fake here and a blow-by for an easy layup. Mazzulla also loves to initiate offense out of the mid post here with Drew Holiday, with guys cutting. Right here, nobody cuts, so he's going to get it out to Tatum, and then they're going to get into a little bit of a 2-man game here with Tatum. Andre Jackson's on him. Andre Jackson, really good defender, so Drew Holiday is going to take him. He's going to roll. It's an empty side ball screen, so it's just these 4 players, right? Brook Lopez can't leave Al Horford. Taurean Prince can't leave Jaylen Brown, and Dame Lillard for sure can't leave Derek White. If there was somebody to leave, it would be Jaylen Brown, but that messes up the rotations here, and you just can't do that, right? So you've got Tatum now going one-on-one with Giannis, and Giannis is a really good defender, but on the perimeter trying to guard a pure slasher, he's not the best. A little bit late to the closeout, and that one barely touches net. Now just look at the attention that Sam Hauser attracts right here, right? You can tell Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham and Cheese have been paying attention to the scouting reports. And this is, once again, an empty side ball screen, little 2-man game here because Giannis is over here. He's focused. Well, he's not really focused. He's supposed to be focused on Drew Holiday. Gary Trent Jr. definitely isn't leaving Peyton Pritchard. And then, well, if they wanted to, they could leave Jaylen Brown, right? Because he's only a 35% three-point shooter. So that's the guy theoretically you would leave. Anyways, so they're so worried about Sam Hauser right here, right? And then you've also got to help over the top, right? So this guy should be in front of Horford, fronting him, because you have help over the top in Giannis. Gary Trent Jr. can rotate down, Bobby can rotate down, and then we'll give up the open 3 to Jaylen Brown. They don't do it like this. Instead, Giannis is going to come stand behind AJ Green, and Gary Trent Jr. is not going to talk whatsoever. Right? If he does, Giannis can't hear him because Drew Holiday is just going to come right to the ball. Very good cut. That's what makes Drew Holiday so valuable to this Celtics team. He does all the little stuff. Actually, Giannis was trying to come switch it, and just a bad time to switch, right? That makes this play by Drew Holiday even smarter. As he's trying to switch it, he's just going to cut right in behind him for the open 3 ball, and he's going to knock it down because AJ Green doesn't recover in time. So this is what I'm talking about. No matter what happens, they're going to have a mismatch, right? So now they've got Al Horford coming to set the screen. He takes Giannis with him. Now you've got Drew Holiday ISO'd in the middle of the floor with Bobby Portis. And there's not a good matchup on the floor. I mean, Gary Trent Jr. on Peyton Pritchard, AJ Green on Sam Hauser. That one definitely makes sense. And then Middleton on Jaylen Brown. These matchups make sense, all 3 of them. And then, Giannis on Horford, that also makes sense. Giannis or Portis on Horford. Either one. but there's nobody left to guard Jaylen or to guard Drew Holiday, right? And they're gonna pay for this because Drew Holiday is gonna go little pound dribble, step back, 3-ball over Bobby Portis. I really like this little action here that Mazzulla runs off of secondary break, right? So you got Pritchard, he can attack downhill here, so Lopez has to be over just to play it honestly. Same with Bobby Portis, but he's also got to be wary of Sam Hauser, right? So now he's going to swing it to Derek White, who's now going to also swing it to Jayson Tatum, but at the same time, right, we already have a mismatch with AJ Green trying to guard Jayson Tatum, and then you've got Keita setting a screen here while Brook Lopez is still at the restricted arc. So this already isn't going to work out very well at all. So you get the screen here. AJ Green tries to go over the top. Not a terrible idea because Tatum is really good at getting to his spot right here and knocking down this 3-ball, which is also why Brook is trying to get up here as quick as possible. But it's a great screen by Keita and just a really nice split by Jayson Tatum right here. 6'9" slasher going downhill, really tough to stop. Great split, easy dunk. So we've talked about all these other weapons, right? We've talked about Tatum. We've talked about Derek White. We've talked about Jaylen Brown. We've looked at Drew Holiday. That leaves 187-year-old Al Horford. And he can still kill you, right? Once again, Giannis gets caught absolutely staring at the ball watching. Drew Holiday is going to cut through to the corner. Really, this could have been an open 3 here for Jaylen Brown. But he's got Dame posted. He's got the mismatch. Once again, there's going to be a mismatch at some point if you're facing off against the Celtics team. This time there's 2, with Giannis guarding Holiday and with Dame trying to guard Drew. So as Derek White lobs this ball in, right, great rotation by Giannis. If Drew Holiday was still here, this would be a great rotation, and then Brook Lopez rotates down. Instead, Drew Holiday cut back door without anybody on the Bucks knowing. So all really Jaylen Brown has to do is catch and look to the corner. Instead, he catches and looks opposite, and Brook Lopez rotates down because, once again, he doesn't see that Drew Holiday has gone, and that is yet another way that Drew Holiday and his movement helps this Celtics offense, and it's just an easy catch and look opposite for Jaylen Brown. I mean, Brook Lopez rotates down to nobody right there. I'm not trying to overly glaze, but this is beautiful basketball. Once again, we get this same look, this 2-man game on the empty side. There's nobody over here. All 3 other offensive players are on the other side of the court, which means that all the defensive players have to be on the other side of the court. Once again, we find the mismatch here. It's Giannis guarding Jaylen Brown. That's not going to work out, but, you know, maybe I can see where Doc Rivers is coming from. Put Giannis on the worst 3-point shooter on the court, kind of pack it in a little bit, but even then, I mean, Jaylen Brown can hit that shot. So we got Derek White coming off this screen, and we've got an early roll by Al Horford. He's kind of just popping to the 3-point line. They find him. He attacks off the bounce. He now has Gary Trent Jr. This is an interesting picture to look at, but he now has Gary Trent Jr. guarding him. So now Chris Middleton rotates down. Really, this should have been Dame rotating down, and then Chris Middleton rotates over. But nonetheless, Middleton goes, which means that Tatum just follows right behind him, and that's beautiful basketball, beautiful pass, beautiful cut, beautiful finish right here by the Celtics. And then finally, late in the game, it's just Tatum time, right? Just ISO'd here, just playing with his food with Gary Trent Jr. They actually are matched up pretty well this time, so it's just Jayson Tatum's going to take advantage of the smaller Gary Trent Jr., who's not a bad defender, but he's just going to spin off again, and get to the rim. Alright, that's enough Celtics glaze. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're looking for about 200 likes on today's video. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching.